I just ate 2 bags of family-sized pita chips and I'm ready to get into it. Okay, so basically this is gonna be kind of similar to the video I did like last week where I'm just gonna be voicing over a lesson, and this one is super technical. There's a lot of like bending going on. So if you're interested in watching that, tune in. I'm gonna try and be specific like last time, but I'm not feeling as focused today. So we'll see how this goes, but bear with me. Okay, so first we're just starting out with a little bit of like lengthened loose rein trot, and this is to get him to stretch through his body. I'm trying to get him to lengthen here, but he is really not feeling it. I'm working on getting my shoulders back, but they're still not back here. Like, I just really need to roll them back. I'm trying to get more trot, more trot. He's really, really lazy recently. I don't know what's been going on. When he gets cold, he just starts getting so lazy. It's like he's going into hibernation. So he is very sleepy. So I'm about to do a little circle here, pick up my reins, some contact, some flexion, and I'm working on keeping my wrists straight because they tend to twist a little when I ask for flexion like this. So to get this flexion, I'm just going to put my inside spur on him and move both hands to the outside. So that'll be opening outside rein and inside indirect rein. And that'll just help him bend with his whole body. We don't want them just bending their head when we're looking for the bend, because that leads to them kind of popping their shoulder. Like what he's doing here is not really what you want. That means I'm not using enough spur. I'm using too much hand and not enough spur. So it's making him just turn with his head, which doesn't really achieve the desired effect. Right now I'm trying to do a counter bend, which is basically the exact opposite aids, as the name counter bend might suggest. Oh, it's okay. But he doesn't love bending to the left, so that was kind of hard. He's very stiff in his left side. We've gotten chiropractic work done for it, but it just persists. So he can do it. You just got to work on it. He doesn't like to do it right at the beginning of the lesson. He likes to make you work for it. I'm going to halt here. You can see that I sat back for that. And I did a turn on the forehand, but my mom cut the video to pet a dog, so it's okay. Anyway, we're doing another circle. This, we have no bend, as you can see. I'm really not doing the aids right now. You can see that my aids are kind of swapped. Like, you could see a little bit there that I was opening with that inside rein. And while it achieves a similar effect on his front end, it doesn't engage his hind end at all, which is just not as helpful. So you can see that my elbow is kind of popping out there. Now we're going to do a counter bent circle. So I'm going to put that outside leg on him, outside indirect rein and inside opening rein. That is really good. That is exactly what we want. He's putting his head down. He's engaging his hind end. You know, we could always use a little bit more energy, but I'm quite happy with that one. Here I am just legging him forward a little bit. There are a few ways to get flexion, and I'm kind of working on using like alternative ones. So the most obvious one is obviously you just push them into your hand with your leg. You do a little right, left, that inside rein, a little bit of bend, but he doesn't always love that. So we're working on flexion through bending. So bend him a little left, bend him a little right. And it does help us get his head down a lot, but it just kind of isn't the prettiest thing. So we're working on it, but he spooked at something there. I don't know what really that was, but actually we have enough trot for once in my life. Now we're doing a sitting trot. So you can see that I really need to just extend through my shoulders and just sit up. It really frustrates me when I don't sit up. Like, look at that. Ugh, it looks so bad. Now we're doing a little bit of a counter bend. So once again, just outside spur on him, left foot actually just pushing him a little bit, and then inside rein, indirect, and outside rein opening up to just encourage his shoulders to stay out so his hind end can kind of come in a little bit. That was just really not pretty. Whatever. So now I'm going to do a serpentine where I overbend and then I counterbend. So you overbend here, you see that, and then I counterbend there to get straight. And that also helps with getting his nose in and just getting him to listen at the beginning of the lesson, getting that flexion, top line engaged, and all that good stuff. There I am, bouncing around, as I do. You know, love to bounce around. I'm extending here, a little bit of opening right hand needed to just get that straightness, but you can see that I got it. Right spur for that counter bend, and then now I gotta go forward. Gosh, I really am not happy with what I'm doing with my arms in this video. Like, I'm kind of, I've been running out of energy. I think I need to eat more before I ride because I feel like people don't talk about this, but, you know, hate to be that girl, but equestrians are athletes. If you're not eating before you ride, you're not doing yourself a favor. And I don't know if you guys also ride in the morning, but as someone who rides in the morning, when I don't eat before I ride, I notice a huge difference. So even if it's just like a little power meal, get it, girl, because it'll help you out. A little water too, because when you don't have that energy, like, it's just so hard. So hard to ride. I'm still doing the same exercise, and what this helps him do is just bend through his shoulder, stretch his muscles out, stretch my muscles out, honestly, get him focused and listening to my aids, because we want our horses to be able to do things that don't make sense to them. Like, obviously, you could have a horse where you just tell it to pick up the canter and it knows what direction it's going, so it picks up the right lead. But more realistically, you want a horse that's able to listen to your aids and know which lead you're asking it to pick up. I need to touch my shoulder blades together, like the tops of my shoulder blades. You can see me. What was that? Oh, what am I doing? Oh, I'm zipping up my boot. It's always falling off. I swear, I need new boots because the zipper's like falling off of them and it's really bad. Now I'm gonna pick up a left lead canter. So to do that, I'm just gonna lift that inside hand a little bit and just slide my outside leg back to touch him just a little bit farther back than I would normally touch him. So I'm gonna circle left here. To work on my flexion, I'm just gonna move both hands to the outside, inside spur, and actually at the canter, well, at the trot too, you want this, but especially at the canter, you need just a little bit of outside leg, just pushing him so that his hind end doesn't slide out and they don't swap or, you know, fall out behind. Now we're doing a lengthened canter. Sit back, put your leg on. Good vibes and good times. Look at those pretty roses. My barn is so pretty. I love my barn. People always ask me where I ride, and I just don't want to tell them because, ooh, come on now, y'all. I don't know. This feels a little too parasocial for me. There I am extending. Now I'm going to collect him with the haunches in. And this is so hard for me to remember, but the aids for a haunches in are outside hand opening, inside indirect, and then a ton of outside spur, which is like, so you want a slight counter bend with the inside bend aids and then a ton of outside spur to get that haunches in. But I never do that. Like, that's never what I do, but I do get haunches in sometimes, so I don't know. But you know, I do a lot of things wrong and they kind of work out for the best. So, you know, I'm using that right spur now to keep him bent, counter bent while I do this circle. You can see me opening with that inside rein. It's not like totally correct, but it's fine. You can tell that I'm fighting for my life right now to keep him in the canter, but gosh, I'm doing a pretty good job staying up during this collected canter. You can tell I'm getting tired because I'm pumping a little bit with my body, but I'm doing a pretty good job, honestly. Now I'm gonna change directions, and I just need to keep that right spur on him. I'm gonna maintain the counter lead. So to do that, I'm just gonna keep an outside bend because the head protects the lead. So I'm just gonna do inside opening rein, outside indirect rein, and just some outside leg to keep him on that lead. Inside leg to keep him on that lead. Sorry, I know I just said inside, but I meant outside. Wait, fuck. I know I just said outside, but I meant inside. Oh my gosh, guys, don't listen to any of my advice. I'm the worst trainer ever. I'm going to toggle my reins a little to collect. I'm going to plan where I'm going, and I'm going to cross over here in a circle. Oh my lord, this is so chaotic. Right spur, right spur, right spur. You can tell I'm really using that right spur. And this is really impressive because I am counterbent on the left lead, and I finally did that circle. I don't know if you watched the last video, but in that last video I was really talking about it. Oh, I just like turned and made eye contact with my mom. That was weird. Anyway, so now we changed directions. We're going the right way. We've got the correct bend. We're looking real good. Oh, look at him. He's so cute. We kind of went out of frame for a second. If you're wondering what that square of things is, the square of jumps, one of our water sprinklers accidentally got hit with the tractor. I won't name names, but it flew out of the ground and sprayed water everywhere, which was kind of crazy. That was me messing up a transition, but we're not going to talk about it. Here I am, taking my sweet time to pick up the canter. There we go. Finally picked up that canter, and just for that canter, I'm just going to use my inside hand, lift with the inside hand, and then slide that outside leg back, give it a little kick. Sometimes you got to kick with both legs, but always more dominant with the outside leg to make sure they pick up that correct lead. And make sure you're bending to the inside when you ask them to pick up the lead, because head protects the lead. If you're bent to the inside, your horse is going to want to have an inside bend lead, the correct lead. If you're bent to the outside, your horse is going to want to have the incorrect lead, the outside bent lead. So that's how it works. Spitting facts right now. When I come out of this circle, I'm going to do a hand gallop, which means that I need to get up in a half seat. There you go. There's my half seat. It's kind of ugly, but you know, there I go. Trying to get him in that hand gallop. I actually did not a terrible job. But he's just really lazy, so the hand gallop kind of helps. And sometimes in equitation courses, they have you do a hand gallop, which is terrifying. But it's okay. Now I'm doing a circle at this. This is not a hand gallop anymore, but what it was supposed to be a hand gallop. And then downhill, I'm going to collect by doing a haunches in with a little tiny smidgen of counterbend. And having his haunches pushed in, it just makes it more difficult for him to maintain the lead, so they naturally slow down. So it's just a way to get them to collect without being in their face quite as much, which is nice for if you have a horse that, you know, doesn't enjoy you being in their face, which is probably a lot of horses, but I think it's a pretty good method. There I am, sitting up a little bit more. I've got that collection. Got a little bit of bend. Wow, that actually looks really nice. In this next corner, I'm going to do 2 circles to the right, one with a right bend and one with a left bend, and this will be a good showcase. So you can see with my inside rein, I'm using that indirectly, kind of pushing it into his neck, and then the outside rein, I'm opening it up, inviting him to use that space. And I'm using my inside leg and inside spur to push him out, and my outside spur to keep his haunch from going in. Then for the counter bend, I'm going to open with my inside rein, cross over with my outside rein, and use that outside spur to just kind of, the inside spur to just kind of keep him bent, you know, going in the circle. A little bit of outside spur for the turn to keep him on the right lead. There's me trying to get him to go on the right lead. Go, buddy. Oh, we broke. And now we're just going to give up because, you know, it's a hard knock life. It was actually being so lazy. Like, it was terrifying. This was the coldest first day. And I so expected him to be crazy today, but he was the farthest thing from it. He actually did not care at all, which was, you know, definitely something. My trainer calls this thing the square of death, and he just told me to do a circle around it, because it's like a giant gaping hole in our ring, which needs to be addressed. So I'm using my left spur a lot here, left spur, to keep that that lead maintained. And I'm gonna do a 3-loop serpentine down the ring. So this is just gonna help me maintain the bend, make sure he's not swapping off. There we go. We're using our leg, we're killing it. I don't feel like explaining my aids because it's so hard, but if you have to do this, girl, I'm so sorry. I hope you're a better rider than I am, because this is torture. I've really got a plan around this jump. You see me opening with the inside rein, crossing over with that outside rein, using my left spur, left spur, left spur, left spur, left spur. That's all my trainer is saying. He's just saying left spur, left spur, left spur. There I am, continuing on my merry way. Go, girl, go. So now I'm going to try to do a lead change. I'm going to sit back, leg yield a little bit, and put my right spur on him. Really, the issue is I just don't have quite enough energy. We want their haunches out and their shoulder in, so both hands to the inside for this lead change. But I just keep getting my aids muddled. That's the issue. We want both hands to the inside, shoulder in, haunches out, because we're crossing onto the incorrect lead. So we're crossing onto the counter lead. Both hands to the inside, girl. Come on, you can do it. You use that spur, Miss Girl. Oh, we swapped off. We swapped back on. Good stuff. We love our little half pass. Dressage queen. There I go. I did it. Oh, I almost did another lead change, but we're on the left lead canter, and we're going to serpentine down the hill, which is very scary for us because he really does not like being on our left lead. You can tell we need a lot of energy, a lot of spur. My mom is laughing at me right now, actually. A lot of spur. We're going to use right spur in this turn to keep him together and get him around here. Look at that. Very nice, very nice. Around here. Oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Right spur, right spur, right spur, right spur. Okay, gorgeous. Now we're going to do a left to right lead change. And we literally can't do it, which is the funniest thing ever, because usually I can't keep him on the left lead. So I'm just going to circle on this right lead and then walk. So now we're getting back into it. We're doing our little trot. My trainer said that you cannot front over a trot jump. Trot jump will expose all of your problems. So here he's trying to get me to expose some problems. Boom. That was okay. That was an okay start. Here I am taking my sweet time to start trotting again, which is so on brand for me because, you know, I'm just sleepy gal, I guess. Here I come through here, doing my best, doing my little trot. There we go. I got a little left behind there. I was just really focusing on sitting up, and so my hands got really straight, which is just not quite what we want, to be honest, but you know, it's okay. Anyway, so we're coming back through here, putting our leg on, doing a little kick. He really hated this jump. Oh my god, I forgot to tell you all this. Earlier in this lesson, he grabbed some of that straw jump and pulled it along with him, and he scared himself, so he was sad about that. So we hit that jump down. That was kind of just a combination of our faults. I basically sat down on him a little too early, so it just caused his hind end to kick the pole. So for the oxer, you're up in the air longer, so you have to hold your position longer over the jump. You can tell I kind of didn't do it there. You can see how my butt touched the saddle before we touched the ground, which is really not ideal. there I am. I have way too much trot for going to a trot jump. Like, you do not need all this energy, girl. You can tell, got a little awkward, but my position was much, much better over that one. So, I don't know. Say what you will. He looks so pretty. I mean, look at him. Like, he is actually beautiful. He's such a pretty horse. Okay, we're going to our trot. Still way too much trot. Slow it down, slow it down, slow it down. You can tell that I know it's too much trot. Oh, God. Okay. So this is a good pace. For my jumping position, I'm just working on engaging my core and my shoulders. That was really good. You see how I didn't bend my hip angle and close it to touch his neck? That's like exactly what you want. And then you also really want to make sure that you're not sitting down too early, because you don't want your butt to be hitting their back before you go down, because it causes them to have back rails and it's just ugly. And then it also knocks you forward after the jump. Whoa, you can tell he really did not want to whoa to that, which is fair. My position was better that time, but it was just too much pace, too much energy. So we just need to calm it down. We just need to take a deep breath, you know? Chill vibes, chill vibes. Okay, we're chill, we're good. All right, amazing. He jumped it really good, which made me get a little caught off guard, because he rolled his like foot on the pole before and it like scared him. He like scared himself, which is so sad. But yeah, he kind of smacked it a little bit. Now we're coming to the oxer and just need to sit back. Whoa, that was fine. I'm just closing my hip angle too much, which it's just so ugly. It upsets me. Oh my goodness. Okay, now I'm doing this, which is just a 1 to a 1 to a 1. Wait, a 1 to a 1. Actually, there's not a third one. What am I talking about? And this is really tight, and this is just to get me warmed up at the canter, basically. Sit back. Whoa. See those deep distances in. Keep your body steady. Look how nice and steady I was. You want to release with your hands, not your body. When you release with your body, it makes them off balance, and that's something that I do a lot. So that's just kind of what we're working on here. Keeping that heel still. We did like a lead change over that middle one. That was kind of cool, honestly. Oh my gosh, my makeup looks so good right now. I know you guys can't see it. Oh wait, you saw me in the intro, but I kind of ate today. Like, I did way less makeup than I normally. Okay, this is not what I'm supposed to be talking about. Anyway, yeah, that was okay. It wasn't that pretty. I'm not really maintaining my body very super well, but I need to just sit back, tighten that core a little bit, and engage my muscles, because I don't really do that at the moment. He jumped that pretty nicely. I didn't have the greatest jumping position of all time, but you know what? It'd be like that sometimes. Here I'm just trying to get his head down, but it's not really working, so I'm just going to transition down to the trot for this oxer. And you can tell I'm just deep breath. Whoa, there's no need to be going fast. Deep breath, girl. Okay, wow, that was not great. You can see how I'm just really closing my hip angle a little too much, and I'm meeting him at the base. Like, I'm falling onto his neck, which is just like, do we really want to be doing that? No, we don't. There's my answer. No, we freaking don't. Please stop doing that, girl. It's really not the cutest. Okay, all right. That wasn't bad. I did a weird thing with my hands, though, kind of, where I'm, like, carrying them over, like, just very strange. Anyway, here I am coming around to this hay bale. No, I'm not. I'm coming around this green jump, sorry. And then I am gonna roll back to the hay bale. Yeah, okay, you can tell in that rollback, I'm really just putting on that outside leg, trying to stay together. I sat too early there, but it was still a pretty nice jump. Coming around here, I feel like I remember dead missing to this, but maybe not. Oh no, that was perfect. Wow, that was really good, Caroline. Okay, so I think I dead missed to this, maybe? Yeah, okay. That was very long. That's because I just didn't close that inside shoulder. I let him kind of pop out through his shoulder, and that wasn't the best move. So that was really good. Here we are coming around here, really working on keeping my shoulders back, outside leg on him, That was perfect. That's exactly what you want. Not the jumping position, I mean, the distance jumping position. It was fine. It was just a little huntery. Like, you kind of see that big release and the fall over. Like, oh, this horse is so amazing. That was so nice. Oh my gosh. I killed that jump every time. Here I do a much better job with my pace, and so the distance comes up a lot better. Also, I made a vlog of me unboxing a candle for my friend Camille, so enjoy some of that. Hey Camille, it's Caroline. I just got off my horse, which is why I look like this. It's in its little bag. I have to free it from its little house. This smells like my childhood. Gorgeous. And it smells pretty fantastic. I really hope you enjoyed that one. Hope it helped you. It definitely helped me to talk about it. This one might have been like a little boring, so I apologize for that. But yeah, basically general gist of the lesson, working on a lot of bending, a lot of leg aids, rollbacks, definitely. All the jumping was very rollbacky. I didn't even talk about the jumping at all while it was going on. I was talking about like, I don't even know, but whatever, it's okay. Hope you enjoyed this one. Girl, I'm making another one soon, so tune in. Hit that subscribe button or whatever. What am I talking about? Oh my god. Okay, yeah. Anyway, bye. Hope you enjoy. Oh, look how crooked my teeth are. Bye. Hope you enjoyed this.